and I'm actually live on YouTube. And what I'm about is letting you know that you matter. And I guess sometimes it doesn't matter how much I try to tell people this, how much, there are people out there. They want to live in a world to where they want other people not to feel the greatest. They want people to hurt so they don't have to. You don't have to be like, know that, hey, I forgive you. Hey, everything's going to be okay. I'm a single dad. I love my daughter with my entire heart. I try to do what's right by her and for her. And, as life gets older and as she's growing up and everything else, I cherish every memory I have with my daughter. Now, why do I bring all this up right now? Why am I even bringing all this up? Why am I mentioning this right now? Because this morning, over the last day or two, one of my friends was having a really hard time. He just he was alone. He was empty on the inside. He didn't know what direction to go. Didn't know who, you know. And I failed him. I failed him because this morning he took his life. This morning he felt so important that it was okay for him to take his life this morning because he didn't feel anybody else cared or anybody else would understand. Here's the thing. That decision's not up to us. That decision is not up to you. Decision was not up to him. Religious or not has nothing to do with it. Nobody should ever feel so alone and empty on the inside. They shouldn't be hurting so bad on the inside that they feel they no longer have a place. Try every day to tell people that they matter and they're important, to call people, call loved ones, and eventually, it's going to happen to even me too. It's going to happen to where somebody that I care about, that I love, that I want the best for, is going to do the very thing I'm trying to tell everybody else to do. I'm one person. I understand that I can't get to everybody. But you've got to know you matter. You've got to understand who you are makes a difference in this world. What you do makes a difference. You need to call your friends and family, whether you like to or not, whether you're mad or not. You need to learn to forgive. It doesn't matter what somebody's done in the past. It doesn't matter what you wished upon somebody years ago or whatever's going on, even yesterday or a few minutes ago. You need to make up. You need to forgive yourself and ask forgiveness from yourself first. Doesn't matter if you did it, they did it, or somebody else did it. You allowed it by thinking about it. Then you need to forgive your enemies. You need to forgive your bullies. You need to forgive those that hurt you. Then you need to ask forgiveness from them. Why? For the only reason to get them out of your mind. You didn't do nothing wrong. It is not your fault. You have a mission in life that is greater than what you know. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. You could argue and debate with me and play devil's advocate with me until you're blue in the face. You have a purpose on this world. You are not just a bunch of cells glued together by a nucleus. You matter. You are important. You are the best creation your mom and dad ever created, even if they were never around. Even if you were adopted or raised by somebody other than who they were. You are beautiful inside and out, and you have a purpose. We all have a purpose. Don't you get it? That is the one thing about life. We all have a purpose, whether that is to make the difference in one person's life or make a difference in multiple people's lives. You have a purpose. Your mission's not complete and you throw a cog in it when you decide that you are done before life is done with you. I couldn't help my friend today. I couldn't save his life. I failed as a friend. And I forget sometimes in the world of success that sometimes the failures, there's a reason why they're called failures. is so we can change what it is about ourselves so that we can move forward with our mission in life every single day. Success is not something that we strive for, something that is required out of each and every one of us, and the only way to get to success is we must have failure. Failure is the only real means. We're not allowed to take shortcuts, we're not allowed to cheat, we're not allowed to have somebody else do the work for us. It's on us. It's on who we are. We must take responsibility for ourselves and live the day. It's not about what kind of numbers you can manipulate or trying to change history or anything like that. It's about loving and caring about the person next to you no matter who they are. It's about keeping the bad guys out and the good guys in. It's about basically taking care of our teachers and our public servants. It's about having the good and the crazy and the wonderful. It's about having the farmers along with the factory workers to build the tractors. It's along with the teachers to teach the factory workers. It's the college professors and the students that go to those colleges that someday will be the farmers and the foremen. It's about living for a moment every day of our life. A moment that we forget about. We're dead a lot longer than we are alive, and we have not existed a lot longer than we've been alive. So when we come into this reality at some point in time and looking at the cosmic scale of the billions of years and everything else, we are but a moment in time, and we have to make every use of that moment no matter what, because it is our moment. You cannot let somebody steal your thunder. You cannot let somebody steal your pride, your success, or your humanity. Every day, we must strive to be better than who we are yesterday. We must strive to put a smile on our faces when we can't, no matter how bad it hurts. And we must reach down and pick people up, no matter who they are, no matter what walk of life they come from. And we must learn to forgive our enemies so one day they can become our friends. And the hurt inside of us from when our friends do some of the ultimate things and they do the stupidest stuff like killing themselves, we have to forgive that too. I don't know the afterlife. I don't know what God has in store. I don't know who's wrong and who's right. I don't know if the Bible is right. I don't know if the Quran is right. I don't know if any of it's right. I do know when we live for the moment, we're happier. I know when we live in the moment and we help somebody and we make a difference in somebody's life. But when we don't make a difference in life because we're not there when we need to be, he was my friend. He was my friend that needed me. And because I have so many friends that need me, or they say they need me, and they go drinking every day, and they think it's okay, and they get drunk, and they get up with the crazy women, and they get up with the crazy guys, and it's one problem after the other, and everybody wants to kill themselves and everything else. Eventually, one time, you kind of go a little bit slower because you think everybody's crying wolf. But we forget in the story with the boy that cried wolf is the wolf showed up. How'd the townspeople feel when the wolf showed up? How'd they feel when, they felt guilty? They felt bad. But you can't keep running every time somebody cries wolf. You can't live somebody else's life when you must make the most of the moments you have in your life. Be a better person today. You are a great person. You matter. You matter to me. You matter to those around you. You are awesome. Please know you're awesome. I'm Jeffrey Jansen. You matter. You make a difference anywhere in the world.